Hello and welcome to the Scum and Villainy Report. So I've been telling people for a while now about the mainstream media, the Democrats, and all the establishment types. They're totally missing why people are flocking to Trump. What's their go-to explanation? It's racist, misogyny, you name it. Just like they did with Brexit. They call it racism because that's what makes them feel better. They don't have to confront their own disastrous economic policies that are screwing over regular people. Here's what they don't want to admit. It's not about racism. It's about people who have been absolutely abandoned by this system, by both parties. Neoliberal capitalism, the kind that's run by banks and corporate elites, is failing. And regular working people are paying the price. Half the country is struggling, and we're supposed to be the richest nation in the world. Record profits for corporations. Wall Street is celebrating. But half of America can't even afford basic needs. And what's the media say? Oh, it's all because Trump's voters are racist. Sure, that's convenient.
I want to read it to you. And because I know a lot of people in Michigan that are planning to vote for Trump, and they don't necessarily like him that much, and they don't necessarily agree with him. They're not racist and rednecks, they're actually pretty decent people. And so I wanted to sort of, after talking to a number of them, I wanted to write this. And Donald Trump came to the Detroit Economic Club and stood there in front of the Ford Motor executives and said, if you close these factories as you're planning to do in Detroit and build them in Mexico, I'm going to put a 35% tariff on those cars when you send them back, and nobody's going to buy them. It was an amazing thing to see. No politician, Republican or Democrat, had ever said anything like that to these executives. And it was music to the ears of people in Michigan and Ohio and Pennsylvania and Wisconsin, the Brexit states. You live here in Ohio, you know what I'm talking about. Whether Trump means it or not is kind of irrelevant because he's saying the things to people who are hurting. And it's why every beaten down, nameless, forgotten working stiff who used to be part of what was called the middle class loves Trump. He is the human Molotov cocktail that they've been waiting for. The human hand grenade that they can legally throw into the system that stole their lives from them. And on November 8th, Election Day, although they lost their jobs, although they've been foreclosed on by the bank, next came the divorce, and now the wife and kids are gone, the car's been repoed, they haven't had a real vacation in years, they're stuck with the shitty Obamacare bronze plan where you can't even get a fucking Percocet. They've essentially lost everything they had, except one thing. The one thing that doesn't cost them a cent and is guaranteed to them by the American Constitution, the right to vote. They might be penniless, they might be homeless, they might be fucked over and fucked up. It doesn't matter because it's equalized on that day. A millionaire has the same number of votes as the person without a job. One. And there's more of the former middle class than there are in the millionaire class. So on November 8th, the dispossessed will walk into the voting booth, be handed a ballot, close the curtain, and take that lever, or felt pen or touchscreen, and put a big fucking X in the box by the name of the man who has threatened to upend and overturn the very system that has ruined their lives. Donald J. Trump. They see that the elites who ruined their lives hate Trump. Corporate America hates Trump. Wall Street hates Trump. The career politicians hate Trump. The media hates Trump after they loved him and created him, and now hate him. Thank you, media. The enemy of my enemy is who I'm voting for on November 8th. Yes, on November 8th, you, Joe Blow, Steve Blow, Bob Blow, Billy Bob Blow, all the blows get to go and blow up the whole goddamn system because it's your right. Trump's election is going to be the biggest fuck you ever recorded in human history. And it will feel good.
See, this is what the media and political elites don't understand. It's not about people loving Trump. It's about people who have been screwed over for decades, looking for someone, anyone, who's finally calling out the system that's destroyed their lives. Michael Moore is right. I can hardly believe I said that. Trump is the human Molotov cocktail. He's the hand grenade that people are legally throwing into a system that has left them behind. And frankly, it doesn't matter whether Trump means what he says. He's saying it. He's speaking directly to the people who have been hurt by endless wars, bad trade deals, corporate greed, and politicians who only care about the donor class. And meanwhile, what are the elites doing? The media, these millionaire politicians, they sit around in their bubbles. They don't get it. They have no idea what it's like to lose everything. Your house, your job, your health care. And be told you have to vote for the same people who got you into this mess in the first place. That's why Trump's message resonates. People are voting against the system. It's not about Trump being perfect. It's about him being the only person willing to call out the elites. The people who write for places like CNN, MSNBC, they'll never get it. They're too busy getting paid millions to keep the status quo intact. And here's the thing. Trump is just the beginning. If the elites keep ignoring the reasons why people are so desperate, the next Trump isn't going to be as sloppy. He won't be as chaotic. He'll be even worse in their eyes. Because this anger isn't going to go away. The political and media class brought us Trump by ignoring the pain of millions of Americans. They still don't get it. And until they do, the system's just going to keep pushing people towards more drastic choices. So yeah, you can keep calling it racism or misogyny or baskets of deplorables. But that's not what's driving this. People are tired, they're desperate, and they're looking for someone who's actually going to shake things up. If the elites don't wake up, they're going to be in for a rude awakening. Because people aren't going back to business as usual. Trust me, this isn't about Trump. It's about everything that led to Trump. Well, that's all I got for you for today. Please remember to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. Till next time.